Would you like to hear a story about the three little pigs? Once upon a time, there were three little pigs, and they decided to go off and build their own houses. As they were walking along the road, the littlest pig passed a man who was selling hay, and the little pig thought, I'm going to build my house with hay because that'll be so easy and I'll be done quickly and have lots of time to play. So he bought the hay and built his own little house. His two brothers kept walking along the road, and then they found a man who was selling sticks. And the second little pig said, I'm going to build my house out of sticks. It's not as quick as hay, but I can build it pretty quickly, and that'll still give me lots of time to play. So he bought the sticks, and he went and built his house. The third brother, the oldest brother, kept walking until he found a man who was selling bricks. And the oldest brother said, These bricks will take me a long time to build a house, but the house will be very strong and sturdy. And I won't have as much time to play, but I'll have a really good house when I'm done. So he bought the bricks, and he built his house. Now the three little pigs were each very happy in their own houses. But one night, a big bad wolf came and knocked on the door of the littlest pig and said, little pig, let me in. And the little pig said, no, not by the hair on my chinny chin chin. And the wolf said, if you don't, I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in. And the little pig was very frightened, but what could he do? So the big bad wolf huffed and puffed and blew down his little house made out of straw, and the little pig ran away as fast as he could and just barely escaped. He went to the house of his older brother, the one who had made his house out of sticks. But that night, the wolf came to the door and sniffed and said, I smell little pigs, yum. And he banged down the door and said, little pigs, let me come in. And the two little pigs said, no, not by the hair of our chinny chin chin. And the wolf said, then I'm going to huff and I'm going to puff and I'm going to blow your house in. And he huffed and puffed and blew in the little house made of sticks. And the two little pig brothers ran as fast as they could to their older brother's house. The next night, the wolf came back, and he was hungrier than before. And he banged on the door of the brick house, and he said, little pigs, let me come in. And the little pig said, no, not by the hair of our chinny chin chins. And the wolf said, then I'm going to huff, and I'm going to puff, and I'm going to blow your house in. And the wolf huffed and puffed, but he couldn't blow the house in. The brick house was too strong. So he had another idea. He decided to climb up the house and go down the chimney and get into the house. Well, the little pigs heard him thinking about it and talking about it to himself, and they ran and got a bunch of wood and started a fire in their fireplace. And as they heard the wolf climbing the house, they got a big pot of water and put it on the stove, on the fire, and left it to boil and get really hot. And they heard the wolf up on the roof, and the wolf started to climb down the chimney. But the boiling water got hotter and hotter, and the three little pigs kept adding wood to the fire to make it hot. And when the wolf got almost to the bottom and saw the big pot of boiling water, he climbed back up the chimney again and ran out and ran back to the woods and never bothered the three little pigs again. And the three little pigs lived together happily ever after. The end.